Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hank. This is episode 150. Episode 150. This is a round number. We like to celebrate those round numbers around here. Very, very special guests in the building. They tried to talk some retirement BS to me, and I ignored the shit out of them. Sent them this beautiful topic for just my girls. Y'all, welcome back to the podcast. Ladies, reintroduce yourself to the audience. What the fuck was that? Let's take two. Say that again now. Say that. Say that again. We don't whisper. Say it with your chest now. Come on now.
What up, though? It's your girl,
Here we go.
And it's your girl, Tashi.
And we are currently, something.
Potentially, What Up, though podcast.
It depends on
complicated.
Today,
it's complicated. That's going to be the new name. It's Complicated Podcast. Formerly known as What Up, Though podcast.
And you don't have to ask when somebody says what up though, you don't have to ask where they're from. International, not just the hashtag, it's a way of life. Now, this is my brother. Right? Yeah, this guy. This is my brother. You got to introduce yourself to the audience too, though. He's not a first timer though either. He's been here before.
Yeah, I'm going on. My name is Terrence. Eileen, either one. But like you said, it's not my first time here. I'm happy to be here and looking forward to having a nice conversation with you folks today.
Look at him. I'm a Pisces. I'm 6'2".
Actually, I'm a Scorpio, but I don't want to get in on that.
Oh Lord,
copy that.
Scared of you, Tim?
Oh, Scorpio.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, this is another one. Shout out to my folks from the BTG podcast. This is the first time I'm doing an episode since we did the first podcast link live show. Shouts out to everybody who purchased the ticket, who showed up to the situation, made a post, liked the post. We appreciate all of that love. But special announcement here, we are doing another live show, podcast link live show. This will be the second one now. This will be the hip hop edition. October the 19th at Crush Lounge. Get your tickets now. Hit the link in my bio and get your tickets now. Eventbrite right there for you in case you're out of town in any of those situations. You just want to show some love out of the country. We appreciate all of that love. But Crush Lounge, 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, October the 19th. The show will be 4:30 to 8. Get there, get a drink. My girl Keish, shouts out to Keish with cakes. Keish will be in the building. Keish sells out at all of the live shows. In case y'all don't know, you get there early and get with Keish because she will be sold out by the end of the show. But shouts out to everybody, like I said, that came out to the first one. We'll be doing another one soon. We'll be doing a watch party soon. Just stay tuned to the page and we'll have all those announcements for you. Now, back to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype, episode 150. Ladies, Stokesy, is love still important? This is one that I went through the phone and I said, I haven't heard anything from my girls from What Up Though in a while. We exchanged a few text messages and such here and there just to check in, make sure everybody's breathing, make sure those threads are still being held on to by touch. So this is what I need to know though, from the single people, is love still important? And because Jess showed up first for work, we're going to go to her first. Jess?
So what kind of love are you referring to? A love for a child, a friend, a coworker, perhaps?
No. We are talking, excuse me. Thank you. See, a professional podcaster like yourself, paid talent, you know what I'm saying, who's done live shows and all those type of situations. I appreciate you for holding me accountable in that situation. In this
you
topic,
were very clear. And, a love. You want me to tell you my love for a man?
We're talking spousal love. We're talking the love of the opposite, the love of whatever it is that you love or whomever it is that you love. Jess G, could we get you to start off episode 150, please, ma'am? And thank you.
Well, again, not sure why you wanted me for this episode, but currently, is me loving a man important? No. Next person. I'm not sure what else you want.
Is it important for you to love a man? Is love still important? Is love still something that we're chasing? We were always told that like marriage was the goal, that like happily ever after, you 2.5 kids, like picket fence. Now that wasn't a thing for the niggas. That was what we were all sold as the dream. Is that still what is important to you? Is that what life has shown you? Is that something that you're trying to attain? Jess, you got to give me a little more than no, I'm not looking for this man at the moment. Come on, Jess.
I'm not looking for nobody at the moment. A lot has happened to me these past couple years with men. And I'm okay alone. You know, me and alone, we get along real good. Alone don't hurt your feelings. Alone don't yell. Alone don't got no all these demands. Alone is great. Now, I feel like when I maybe one day, I don't know, let's say 2 years, when I could be ready to date again, maybe. But today, no. Love is not important. But you know who I do love? The Lord.
Copy that. Well,
And I love my friends. I love my friends are great.
all right, now, brother, your face is twisted. Let's go to TT now. What do you have to say about this one?
I'd be so. I hear that like from so many women, like as a single man, and it's honestly like not. I'm not gonna say sad. I'm not trying to figure out the
No,
word, but
it is sad. It's
that's
terrible.
the only word I can really come up with, because it's like I to hear that from women, it's just like I don't. It's mind blowing to me, because it's like what at after 30, what benefit do we have in being single? Like, what's the benefit in being alone after over 30? So now we start talking about
What's the
like being
benefit of being
alone.
with somebody?
It's way more benefit than being alone. I could just start with just, how about when I need somebody to talk to, and I want to call my girlfriend, I want to call my mom, I just need somebody just to vent to. I got somebody that got my back. I got somebody that's with me through thick and thin. I got somebody that's doing that. Those three things alone are way better than, hey, you know what? How about when I go to the hospital when I'm sick, right? I'm sick in this hospital. Ain't got nobody to
That
come and visit me
emergency
up in this joint.
contact.
I got my mom with my. I keep up. I got my mom for my emergency contact for everything.
This is my emergency contact.
That's
I
what
was
I'm
about to
saying.
say
So
all those
so
things you explained, I call Tashi.
so that's my
My
point,
boyfriend.
right?
Don't
So
worry,
that's the point,
I'll
right?
explain this one.
Right. So, but that's the point, right? So it's like, so in theory, you don't want to be alone then, because if you wanted to be alone, she wouldn't even be that,
Well, I didn't.
right?
Let's clarify. I'm not lonely, but do I need to be with a partner? No, I do not yearn to be with a man or a woman, and I'm not
So right,
sad
and
that
that's
I'm
fine, right?
single at night.
And that's completely fine, right? And I always ask women this same question: if a man came to you, like you met somebody, and he came off initially, yeah, I don't need women. Yeah, I don't really need y'all, right?
I
I don't really.
don't think I said that.
Well, I don't want a woman for real. Like you did say I don't need you. You said I don't need to love a man. You definitely did say that.
I
But
don't.
so that's what
But
I'm
I
saying.
wouldn't.
So
But if somebody approached me and we're having a conversation, why would I say that if we're just talking?
I'm just saying this person might be interested in you. You might be interested in this person, and then y'all
I
start
might
talking.
be, but currently there isn't anybody that I'm interested in. So
Okay,
today, that's why my answer is no.
but so we speak things to me. We speak things into what we want. So if I'm walking around thinking this, like I don't need something, that's exactly how I'm going to carry it. If I feel like I don't need this job, I'm gonna carry it just like that. I'm gonna go to work like I don't need this shit. I'm not going to give my full effort and full performance into anything that I feel like I don't need. So if I feel like I don't need you, if I meet you, I don't care what you got going on. If I feel like I don't need you, I'm already going off in my head. It don't matter
No,
what
I
you do.
don't
I don't
need
need you, my nigga.
nobody I just met because they're a stranger.
All right, so now this is let's get out. We bogged into what Jess' answer was. What is your answer though, Stokesy? Do you feel like
Absolutely. Yes,
do you feel like
absolutely.
love is still important?
Absolutely. It absolutely is still is. Like if I didn't think that, then I would just, like I said again, there would be no need for me to be out here trying to seek a wife or trying to seek a woman. Like what would be the purpose of me doing it if that's not important? Like, yeah, is it the most important thing? No. But is it of the utmost importance? Yes. Because you can love somebody, but I feel like you gotta work this thing. You have to work for it. You have to put effort into it. And a lot of people, but I feel like I don't need it. I'm not working at it. What am I going to work towards that for if I feel like I don't need it? There's no need for me to put any effort into that because I don't need that.
Something that you
So it's
said.
definitely important. It's very important. But most people don't want to work at it or put the effort into it.
Something that you said, episode 78 was me and you. What are the benefits of being single after 35? Available on all streaming platforms right now. You can go back in the archives and check that out. Tach, you've been quiet over here now. Let's go. Ain't nobody out that window. What you looking over there for?
This is a complicated question. I feel like love is always important, but I don't know if I see myself having like romantic love. Like I feel like platonic love, even like with a partner. Like I feel like if I could maintain like a platonic love, like just a level of like caring about somebody enough, then I'd be cool with settling down with somebody who I can even have like that way. I feel like liking somebody, you have to love somebody to be able to like be their spouse. Like there's just no, I don't know, like I can't do for somebody who I don't have love for. But I feel like the level, like that deep romantic, like fairy tale love I used to really, really want, I don't know that I care to have that. Like if I fell into it, sure. So yeah, the answer to your question is yes, it's important, but the level of it to me is just different. Like I feel like you can be platonic enough with a spouse where you can do life with them and it's fine. But it doesn't have to be this like big romantic, like, oh, I just love this person more than anybody. I might not love a nigga more than I love anybody else in the world. That'd be great. But to me, it's also like, how long have you been in my life compared to other people? Like, how much am I gonna love you? Like, I don't see a man coming into my life today and me just loving him more than anybody else around me. And that, like, blindly going in and, like, really damn near loving a stranger is something that scares the shit out of me.
All right, so a couple of key things that you said there. The fairy tale of the happily ever after situation. Fairy tale was the key word that you used. The fairy tale is because it's a fairy tale. That's not how anybody's situation is.
But that's how women, I feel like that's how women start and it kind of like declines. Like as we get older, it's like you start off in la la delusional land. Like I feel
Let me
like
say
women
something real quick,
start
Tax.
off.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. I got you. I'm point guard this
No,
situation.
hold
Go
on.
ahead,
No,
Ty.
I had
Y'all
to,
not
no,
about to
no.
tag team
Whoa.
me.
I got it.
I had to say,
I
no, I
got
had
it.
to say this, bro,
I
because
got it. I
Go
got it.
ahead. Go
Let
ahead. Let them
Tachi
say it.
let Tachi get hers off. I got this.
I just feel like I feel like men kind of like can grow in love. And I feel like women start up here. Like women start with our tank, like our delusions are in full throttle. Like we are ready to like, oh, I just love, love, love. And we get hurt, hurt. And over time, like the older you get, other things become more important than having this like perfect love.
Romantic love, especially when you
Yeah.
got kids.
Listen.
Touch hit it on
That,
Touch, you hit it on the head here. And you didn't even recognize that this is the quiet part out loud. Women start off with the fairy tale and they're here. And as life is giving you all that life will, you realize this is not attainable. This is never going to happen. That dude don't exist. That nigga was somebody that somebody made up, drew a picture of. So as you start to come down, niggas start here where I don't really know. I can play the field. I can have Tachi and Jess, and then maybe Aja. Shouts out to Aja too. Aja had the baby, and then she think we forgot about
She
her.
can get real unless they all down.
So now you get to the situation where when you find that person, and then you like, oh shit, I didn't know that the dudes are here because we didn't know this was real. This existed, or we could feel this, or we could get here. And we start to get here once we find that person, and then it's like, oh shit, I didn't know it was like this. So now you kind of got a problem where it's like, is this shit even real? Because the woman has been shown that this shit ain't real. The man is now looking at some shit that he never even really kind of knew existed, or he could feel, or he could think, and he don't even know what the fuck is going on, how to even compartmentalize that. How do I even tell my man about this shit? How I talk to him about it when he ain't never seen this type of relationship, or he's never felt this shit, and I don't even really know what the hell this is that I'm feeling. this is the type of thing that is the conflicting battle that happens when we get to like late 20s, 30s ages that we talking about, like, especially once you hit them 30s. This is why I say love is very important. Me and my wife married 8 years now. Hey, baby. We've been talking for 18 though. And it's like the person that she met when I was 18, 19 is damn sure not the person that I am now. But you could have never told me, and I never could have imagined that. Like now, and I had a conversation with somebody, and it was like, I'm so used to being alone, like I don't even want nobody. I don't need nobody. It's like, yeah, I would like to have somebody, but like trying to teach somebody what it is that I want, what it is that I like, it's like that's what you have to do to be in a relationship. I think we might even did this topic before. I need to look it up and I can see if we did it. But I know I did it where it was like you got to lose a little bit of yourself to be in a relationship. You have to be willing to sacrifice some of those things. If me and Jess was in a relationship for 6 years and then I meet Touch, it's like I can't do the things that I did with Jess to be with Touch because you're a totally different person. I have to now reevaluate my game and be willing to adjust my game to be with you. I got to be willing to put some of the things that I think and how I feel aside so that we can grow together. Once we get in a relationship where we loving each other, married or whatever that situation is, it's like we got to grow together. And it's not just about me doing what I want to do, how I feel. That's the shit that, like I said, this is the roller coaster situation that we get up here on. And I told this person that I was having this conversation with when they was telling me about how they could do all this shit about alone. I was like, I can't be without my wife. I've been with her for too fucking long. Like, I wouldn't know how to operate without her. Life is going to throw so much shit at you. Like TT is saying, like, you need somebody to talk to about this shit. You need somebody to talk to when, like, your brother gets killed, your cousin gets sick, you lose a parent. And it's like, I might want to talk to TT about it, but he might have his own situation. He might have his son today. He can't talk to me about this right now. I'm in the hospital, like you just said, and now, well, your daughter's in the hospital, or your son has something going on, or whatever your situation might be, you're not obligated to be here. No matter whatever happens, my wife is obligated to be here. If she has something happen with her, I'm obligated to be there. I have to be by her side with this situation. She can't face this by herself. I can't face this by myself. And when you by yourself, though, you're forced to face these things by yourself. And when you have these bad situations, you be needing somebody to talk to. And sometimes your cousin, your man, your homie, they're busy with their own shit. They might be working a double today. Like, might have cheerleading practice, a football game, or whatever the fuck is going on. And they can't get to you because they're not necessarily obligated. They love you to death and all of that, but they ain't obligated. Something else that you were saying, Otach, too, where this person comes in and it's essentially a stranger. Everybody's a stranger until we meet. We were strangers until I slid in y'all DMs. I think that was probably Jess that was running the page. I slid in the DMs and she slid back, and we just exchanged links and started talking off those two links. But it's obvious like she can't have the same type of feelings for you, for me, that she has for you, because yeah, we got to cultivate that relationship. We got to grow and build that. Like it takes time, it takes scars, it takes us to have to go through some things. It takes for me to have to look up and be like, yeah, you was there when such and such happened. You text me or you called me or you just showed up at the house. We might have just sat there in silence, but I remember that you was there. And I also remember the motherfucker who didn't call, who didn't text, and who wasn't there. But my bad.
No,
go ahead, bro. You was trying to say something.
No, that's cool. And that was great points. I just wanted to speak on, like,
I'm pretty good at this.
You said about the fairy tale thing, right? The biggest thing, and I actually just had this conversation with somebody 2 days ago. One of the biggest disconnects is, as men, we don't really have that fairy tale, right? We don't have this fairy tale type of situation, how we want this thing kind of to go, like premeditated, right? A lot of women have that. And the thing about it is it takes them too long to realize that that fairy tale is not existent. And now once they realize that that fairy tale man is not existent, and now I got to look at people in a different lens, I'm 30 something now, and it took me too long to realize that this person does not exist, that I have in my brain that I think is going to do all of this stuff. Now, and then somebody else, I think somebody else said or something earlier, like, well, if it comes to me, I ask this question religiously. Can we all agree on this line that love, like unconditional love, is rare, right? We can all agree to that.
Absolutely. I think all love is conditional.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying somebody like to just love you unconditionally, flaws and all, everything. That's a rare thing. We could say that, right? So I always ask, hold on, what rare thing that everybody wants, but only a select amount of people get? I don't care what you want. It could be a bag, it could be a house, it could be a car that everybody wants, but only a select amount of people get that's going to just fall in your lap without you having to do anything to go to obtain it. People who have this thing in their mind, like, oh, this person just want to just come to me. What great person, what great thing just comes to you? If you have a college degree, they ain't going to just come to you. If you want this house that nobody wants, you're going to have to put some work in to find that. It ain't going to just like, oh, yeah, I woke up one morning in this house that everybody wants. But it's going to come to me without me doing no work to it. But I'm not going to do much work because I have this fairy tale person that has to make this and has to do this and has to do this and has to do this. I told my bros, I used to have like a list. Well, my list of things that I look for in a female has 4 things on it now. 4. All that other stuff is frivolous.
So what? Well,
frivolous. I have 4 things that I look for, and it's like
what's on that?
People
what's
have
on
this
that list
list
now?
of people will have this list of 25 things. Like I was dealing with somebody, right? Well, I'm gonna give y'all this a personal story real quick, and I'm gonna go off. I was dealing with somebody, and I didn't even know she had a list, right? But after dealing with her, come to find out she had a list. Now on her list, she had 24 things on her list. I checked off 22 of the 24 things. She focused on the 2 that I didn't check instead of the 22 that I did check. And I didn't even know that I was checking them until we started having a conversation. She pulled the list out and she was like, oh yeah, I do this. Oh yeah, I do that. Oh yeah, that's me. Check me off of this. Check me off of this. But the 2 things that I did not check was the focus of with everything. And it's like are you really joking right now? Like you gotta be.
Shorty
So I'm 22 out of 24. You're gonna focus on the 24
commandments out on you.
But you know, like when people got lists, a lot of times they'll disclose their list and people will try to like conform to a person's list sometimes.
Yo.
No, I didn't know this. And it's like, you got somebody that's checking 22 out of 24 boxes.
Yo, man, tell Shorty we need the 24 list of commandments.
All right, I'm trying to see that.
68.
But it was like, oh yeah, no, them 2, like, yeah, copy, yeah. Oh. And it's like, man. Yo, and it's wild. That happens so much. These expectations we had that we look for within a person. And it's like, do you really need all of that? Do you really need all of those things from a person?
Now, Jess, go
like
ahead, Jess.
the topic really should not be, is love important? Because like I said, I have platonic love, I have family love, I have a child, but it really need to be, is love enough? And that answer is no. Just love is not enough, especially with a spouse. There's so many other attributes and things that a person has to have and has to be able to give in a relationship. And it can't just be, I love you. Because I love you don't do nothing. Besides, it's that feeling of love. But if we're in a committed relationship, it's so much more to a relationship than just love.
I would say yes and no.
So you can genuinely say you're not missing anything right now. Like you're completely content. Like you got the love from friends, the love from family, the love from coworkers, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And if everything you're genuinely so you're content.
As of now, and I said right now, it could change. People change, things change, jobs change, everything could change. But right now, I'm content. I'm not lonely. I do not desire to have, I'm not even going to say to be with a man. I don't desire to have a spouse or a partner right now. That's not anything that I'm looking to have. If it comes and I meet someone and something happens, great. I'm not closed off to it, but I don't desire to have it right now.
I would say it's like a double-edged sword with that situation, because love ain't enough to pay your gas bill or nothing, but you need, like I said, you need love. You need to have that person.
It's a lot of toxic relationships, but I love him. Okay, and he whoops your ass. Like, if you're really trying to go there, it's a lot of love partnerships and relationships where they love each other and they should not be together.
So this is the situation where some people don't know what love looks like. Some people don't know what love is. Some people don't know what a healthy
But it's
relationship
love
is.
to them. So
But
they
that's because
think
it's
that
love.
is love.
Jay,
But it's not enough because the respect isn't there, the loyalness isn't there, the
but that's why
companionship isn't there.
I
That all
said.
builds on love.
But that's why I said some people don't know what it look like. Some people don't know what it feels like. Some people don't know what it sounds like. Some people think it's screaming, hollering, cussing each other out. I always give people this example. My mom and my dad was together for 40 some years before my dad passed. I never saw them have one argument. Not one argument did they have in those 40 years. This is somebody TT is somebody I grew up with. He can attest to coming into my house, and my mom and my dad never made him feel like an outsider, never made him feel anything less than like they're treating him like their own child. Because our whole hood calls my mom and dad the mother and the
I'm about to
father.
say I call her the mother. Like that's what her name is in my
So
phone, like the mother for sure.
I always will say, like, seeing the example of my mom and my dad, yeah, that gave me a certain perspective, but it also shows you that I can't say that their relationship goals because I don't know what it took for them to sit in that front row. My aunt and my uncle have been together since they was like 13. They're in their 70s. I talk to my aunt all the time about give me the woman's perspective on this. Tell me what you hear when this happens without giving her like this is what me and my wife was talking about or whatever. I had the same conversation with my uncle because it's just to get a different perspective from them. But ultimately, I don't know what it took them to be together for 60 years because you can't make nobody else's situation be yours because that ain't you. If your dad was beating your mom up every damn day and this is what you think love looks like, or if they argue constantly and this is what you think love looks like, he was demeaning your mom, so you think that the dude demeaning you is what love. Like all of these situations, yeah, we got toxic joints all out into the world, but that's also because some people don't know what it look like, what it feel like, what it sound like, what it smells like. Like they don't know when you walk in the house, like you ain't supposed to just have shit all over everywhere. Some people grew up with shit all over everywhere. So that's what they think is normal. That's what gets normalized to you. That's what gets you thinking like this is what it is. This is what it is. And that ain't what it is. It sometimes takes somebody to come in and changes your whole perspective, and you be like, shit, I never even thought about it like that. I never even knew that that could happen. I never looked at it. You just didn't know.
Your relationship is also like so unique to the two people who are in it.
Absolutely.
And it depends. Like I feel like everybody's life, like he was asking, like, does she feel like anything is missing? Jess has a very solid foundation and good family. And that I feel like helps with not feeling lonely, not feeling like you got to go through shit by yourself. I don't necessarily feel like I have to go through shit by myself all the time, but I don't have that same foundation. A lot of my support is my friend. And I can't always depend on my friends for every little thing that I need or every little thing that I want. So I feel like I feel more of a void when it comes to wanting a partner, just because like I do need like the shit that we're talking about. I need help. I need support. I have a kid. I want to have a family. Like I want things to look a certain way, but love is absolutely not enough for that to happen. That would be an amazing thing to be a piece of it, but that can't be. I would hope that that's like the core. Like I hope that I love the person that I end up with. I would hope I wouldn't have to marry somebody who I didn't feel some kind of love and connection with. But I feel like I understand why people marry without love or end up with people without love for support, for security, for just to have another body
Companionship.
there with you. Yeah. Because it don't even have to be good companionship. It don't have to be good emotional support. It can just be another body. But even
Exactly.
like he was saying about having like what were you saying about feeling like it's gonna fall in your lap? Like I feel like women don't necessarily want the fairy tale to fall in their lap, but a lot of I don't know about y'all out in Philly, but niggas don't really get down with like dating out here. They not really trying to court. They not trying to, and
It
I
ain't
don't
no
feel like
different.
you
This
have.
Philly, it ain't no different.
About
Ain't
to
nobody just the
say,
same.
I
It
don't
ain't
feel
that
like
much
niggas.
it's,
different. It
Yeah,
ain't
it's
that much
I
dangerous
don't
out
different.
in
feel
them
like
streets,
nobody
boy.
is really like going in and trying to come in and pursue, at least me. Maybe it's just us. But nobody is really coming in and trying to, fully pursue. And that it's like I can make a fairy tale out of a friendship. I can make it that, but I can't even lay the damn foundation if somebody like, come on, you gotta bring me something. I can't start the shit. I can't come talk to you. I can't ask you on it. I can't do all of that. I just can't. I'm already over here I'm the man of this motherfucking house over here. Shit, I'm the
And
man at Jess' house too. I'm
Hey,
fucking over just house building shit because niggas can't do it.
Yeah,
hey,
because
Taz, listen, right?
I won't do it. I'm
And
not
listen,
even gonna
right?
try.
And listen, right? It's like, so even with like somebody like myself, right? Like, and I'm telling you, I just had this conversation the other day about like, I just told him I ain't been on a date in almost 2.5 years, right? And I'm on the tip, like I said again, why if I meet you and in the first 3 or 4 lines you say to me, yeah, I don't really need a man, that's gonna excite me
Why
and
are
make me
y'all
want.
even talking about that?
But what you mean? Like, it's a part of it's
Like,
just it's a
well,
part
what
of
is leading to that conversation where somebody's saying they don't need it?
People
Because
be
I wouldn't,
trying to
but
fast
just
track
as
the
a woman, I
situation.
wouldn't
Whatever.
come to a
listen,
man
Hi,
just
already
how
listen,
are
saying,
Ty,
oh
you?
yeah, I
listen
My
don't
to
need
me,
name
it.
is
Ty,
Jeff.
listen, listen to me.
One
Let me
at a
hold on,
time.
let me get my
What do
point
you
real
do for
fast.
work?
Listen. I asked that question. That's one of the first questions that I ask a woman. Because that
Hell
right there,
no. Why are you?
Do you need a man?
listen,
Is your first question?
listen to me. It's again, it's always I'm not just asking this for no reason. Because like I said again, we treat our wants and our needs differently. Agreed?
Absolutely.
So if I feel like I don't need you from the rip, if I start from the beginning with the mindset of I don't need you, what am I going to gain from trying to court you? Because at any moment, right? Because at any moment you're going to say, if I do something that you don't particularly like, care for, whatever, it's going to be, I don't give. I'm out. I don't have to work for this. I don't need you, so I'm going. Right?
Do you feel
No.
like you can love
I
a
don't think
woman
that's a
who
good
is
pickup.
like
I don't think that's a
super?
good
Do you
starter
feel like you
line.
could love a woman
That's too
who's
aggressive.
Yeah, I
super
don't either.
prideful? Like, do you feel like, because I feel like a lot of women are very prideful, and so many women are living, not just in their masculine, living day to day in their masculine energy. So, of course, we're going to say, oh, yeah, I don't need. If somebody brought that question to me, it's like, I don't need
In
you.
the
Like, I don't
first
know
few
you. But,
minutes,
No, I'm asking,
I
what are you
wouldn't.
looking for is one of the questions that first question that I asked. What are you looking for?
But
And
Answer.
people
after
aren't
that
always
follow-up
clear, and that's
question,
what
that's
I'm
my
saying. Like
follow-up question.
sometimes you gotta show somebody like what it is that you're gonna bring to them for them to even feel the need to like feel like they need you. Like eventually they will feel that, but off the rip, most people are too prideful to say something like that. To say that they need you or they need
And
a man. Like most
and
women
listen,
aren't gonna say that, especially
and,
where
and,
y'all at.
and listen, right? Agree. And that's why, like, when people ask me this question, I say it religiously. Like, yes, I need a woman. Like, can I survive? I've been surviving
But
without one,
but your
right?
pride is in a place where you can say that. Like you have to
Like,
understand that you in a different space. You're not always gonna find a woman off rip who's gonna be that open and be like, yeah,
listen,
nah, I
I
definitely need
no,
him. I need
no,
him.
trust me, I know, Ty. I know. No, I know. I've been single for 3.5 years. I know that
I
I might have
understand.
met two. I might have met two in 3.5 years that willingly said, I need a man. Like openly said, you know what, yeah, I need a man. Two in three
You
and a half
also
years.
can broaden the
Hold up.
question too and say,
Let
do you
me
feel like men and women need each other?
I say
let
that.
me
That's how
jump.
I word it.
Let
I
me
don't word it like how I'm wording it right here. Like I don't just like we just having a conversation, but I definitely smooth it
Yeah.
over, like, you know, in a worded in a term where I'm not like where you feel like I'm attacking you. Like, no, I'm not attacking nobody. I just want to just gain some information on where your mindset is.
let me jump in here because we got to move on to the next segment. Yeah, because the thing that touches that you hitting there is it takes a lot of self-evaluation for you to realize that I need or I want this other individual. And people pride and ego is what f's up a lot of relationships and
Mm-hmm.
situations. People having too much pride to say like not even like start off a conversation with like, yo, do you need, I don't know if I need you or not because I don't know anything about you. Like I'm
I
kind of
don't know
getting
you.
really
You're a
get, yeah, I
stranger.
don't know you. Yeah, we kind of got to get past the introductory phase of, oh, all right, you're such and such, you work here, what do you
Stop.
like to do type of thing. Then that'll tell me if I want to go further. That's a little bit down the line conversation. But once you get into like your 30s, 40s age, it's like you kind of get in, it's like the clock is ticking type of thing. So we kind of try to fast track these situations, which is how we have these problems.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, you kind of gotta, slow walk that one because most people ain't gonna be like, look, I need a nigga and this is what I need him for. Like, because if they do
But
that, then that's when
And
they
if
come
I
in with the
do that, then the
24.
nigga
And this is
go
when
running.
this is what,
thank
yeah,
you.
Because if I
but
say
no,
I
this
need
is
my
where,
rent, my car note,
this
I
is
need
where,
my baby need a daddy.
that's what I'm about
I
to say.
need
That's when
school
the 24
clothes.
command, that's when the 24th commandments come out
but
on
Then
you.
niggas
And
go
then we
hold
have
running
a
for
on.
them
problem.
bills.
No, hold up.
Ty,
We,
let me say this
wait,
one last thing, Hank, real quick. This is my
go ahead.
last, and we can move on. One thing. A real one, you're not going to have to say those things to because he already understands. You're not going to have to say that to a real man because he already understands.
That's my point in what you're saying too, is that a real woman and a real man, we already know we need each other. So asking it is pointless.
Copy.
At the end of the day, you already know. You already know that women and men need each other.
Especially if you're doing this within the first few moments of meeting each other.
You're testing them. And if you test people, it's a chance you're gonna fail.
On the podcast,
I'm just trying to gain where your mental is.
I might be looking like, oh.
But you can't do it that so off-written on somebody because you also got to know people's communication styles. Because sometimes women, you got to get to know them. To like, I don't just come off the rip saying anything to a man, but it start get a feel for who you are. I know how gentle I got to say shit to you because I can talk to you like I'm your bro, but I can also I can reel it in and be real soft with it and make you.
Please don't talk to me like you're my bro, okay? Touch the
listen, if I have to, but if I gotta
listen,
sometimes I got a big bro niggas because I know I'm not about to fuck with you. Let me tell you something.
Don't come on this date talking about yo, bro.
I'm just saying. I can be all of that.
You don't know exactly. That's what
segment.
makes us.
Next segment. This one is sponsored by Custom Hustle. That's at Custom Hustle World on Instagram. It's Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter. We do custom jerseys, jackets, t-shirts, sweatsuits, football, basketball, baseball, hockey. We got the pocketbooks. We got the sneakers. 4 versions of the sneakers are available in any color. So you get with us over there at Custom Hustle World, Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter. Also the barber capes. My bad. Sunglasses, all that love. We're going to do this one. This is the Get to Know segment, but we're going to kind of keep this along the lines of, like I said, we're doing a podcast link live show. The second one will be October the 19th. Get your tickets now. So this will be a couple of music joints to throw at you. Jess, who's the best R&B group of all time? I know y'all did a lot of harmonizing back when y'all was podcasters on the show. Who's the best
R&B group of all time?
Mm-hmm. Come on now, you're staring off into space, girl.
I'm trying to think.
Some 112 or something in that playlist.
112 is not the best of all time.
I don't think they are either. I was just throwing something out there.
If I had to, is Jackson 5 R&B? I feel like they're not.
They're not.
What are they?
Pop.
Pop didn't exist in the 70s.
Until them niggas came out there popish.
But any R&B group mimics the Jackson 5 as far as, all right, then I'll go Temptations. Just as to how what their performance style was, lead over to the side or in the middle, harmonizing. Well, I'm gonna go to Temptations. They R&B. What are they? Not R&B either.
No, what you was riding around my dad.
Everything is gonna mimic Jackson 5 or Temptations. Every single group after that.
This is what you have to understand. Is my dad was 40 when I was born. So when we was in the car, we wasn't listening to Biggie, we was listening to the Temptations. I have
that's what I'm saying. They the blueprint.
So you ain't throwing Temptations at somebody who doesn't have a whole bunch of Olivia the Slave and get you in rooms such in his phone. Now, Touch, best just R&B solo of all time.
Of all time?
Mm-hmm. Forever, ever. She's staring off into space. Again, y'all did these harmonizing situations. I know you had been a little while since y'all started.
I mean,
ahead of time.
You're paid talent, girl. Paid talent like yourself has to be prepared.
I feel like I can only go based off of my current phase. Like, because my favorite this year, and it's just because I just saw him, is Donnell Jones. Because I just love him right now.
Of all you pick,
it's not of all time.
But you just said Donnell Jones
not this year of all time.
I can't think of all time. I don't know. My thoughts change like y'all know I'm an air sign. I'm flighty. My thoughts change.
Copy that. Stokesy, R&B, best female R&B
singer, Whitney.
Okay, there you go. Look at my man. My man had one right there, locked and loaded. Okay, Donnell Jones was my man, but you had to say Usher or somebody. Goddamn, come on now.
Sure, Usher.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is not R&B. Yeah.
Bro, do you know how many R&B songs Michael Jackson has?
Popish.
Bro, it's not popish.
He could have
Human Nature is not a pop song. Lady of My Life is not a pop song.
Well, pop is literally just popular. Like it's
Popular
just that
music. It's
that
not
his
a
shit was
genre. It's just popular
yeah.
music.
So he does
Michael
have R&B
Jackson has
music.
a plethora of R&B songs dating back to Jackson 5.
Last segment of the show. This is What Do We Need to Know, sponsored by H2H Cleaning. That is at H2H Cleaning on Instagram only. Roofing, plumbing, flooring, HVAC, cleanups, cleanouts. You need your tree trimmed, cut down, gardens taken care of. We handle all of that situation.
Just
You want to
need
slide
some of
out?
that.
Listen, if you make it worth my while, we will slide out to the D and get you just right. Now, this is where you tell us what
I'm
we
gonna let
need to
that
know.
future man take care of that.
Taj, get over there with the weed whacker.
Yeah. I'm gonna let my man Tashi take care of that.
There you go.
Stokesy,
Touch. Take care of that, touch.
I'm just like
Stokesy,
you,
what
if I'm a jack of all trades, I'm gonna figure it out.
call it a full-time hustler. I got everything but work.
Okay, I got everything you
Stokesy,
need right here. A one-stop
Stokesy,
shop.
what do we need? What do we need to know?
About just anything?
Anything you'd like to push through any pain, or would you like to anything you'd like to throw out there?
Yeah, don't vote for Kamala.
That's episode
I'm about to
151, which
leave
that is one hell of a
this
segue because episode
episode.
151 is all episode 152, excuse me, all about that. So that's what we needed to know. Okay, copy. Ladies, anything y'all need to want to say? Anything that we need to know? Are we getting back in the lab? Are we getting itchy? I'm saying, what's going on?
I got a little itch, but this kind of did it for me.
Man.
I
All right.
enjoyed this.
If you
I feel
if you see
satisfied.
us, you see us. If you don't, you don't. Follow us on Instagram. Just
Copy that.
weird.
Blow up the
Y'all,
comments if y'all want an episode.
I appreciate
Yeah,
y'all for
tell me
coming
how much you
on.
need me.
I appreciate y'all for coming on. That's episode 151. Once again, get the tickets. Hit the link in my bio. October the 19th, podcast link live show. This is the hip hop edition for this show. We're gonna be at Crush Lounge. Make sure y'all come out. Y'all, I appreciate y'all all coming on. We are out.